Hello, welcome back to my channel. As you can tell from the title of this video, I'm going to be talking all about SEO today. This is something that I've been planning to talk about, and I've also received some comments to cover as well. So thought, what better day than today? It is a very dreary, gray day, but that's a perfect opportunity to dive onto the computer and talk through some SEO elements. Today, I'm going to step through 5 important aspects to consider when thinking about SEO. I'm going to give a lot of little tips along the way and some of the aspects on how I've learned SEO, and it's something that's continuing to evolve. I am primarily a designer, graphic designer, and so SEO is just a tool that I add as a layer when I am thinking about website designs and something that I can offer to my clients. I do want to share though that I am not a full SEO specialist. There are individuals that completely focus on this, and I will share a few today for you to check out. But typically SEO is something that is great for you to be familiar with so that you can utilize it, especially within a graphic design, web design aspect or marketing aspect in general, and then something that you can just continue to learn more about as your website evolves or as your brand evolves. So let's dive in. As always, you can jump through the sections down below, or we'll just get into the first topic. SEO is all rooted in the keywords. I am learning more and more about this, but there are a few great websites that help you nail down those keywords. I would recommend it when you are writing a blog post, you want to start with thinking about the appropriate keyword. So say if you want to write a blog post about a living room design, what you would want to do is then go ahead and type in living room design onto one of these websites that's great for keywords, and then see what populates from that, and then you can create the blog post all around that. Basically, these keyword websites could include Uber Suggest. That's my favorite one. You can do a free version for 3 searches every day, which has been adequate for me. You can also use Ask the Public, which is really great, another one that has only 3 searches per day. Or you could use the Google Keyword Planner. A lot of websites as well automatically populate keywords for you, so Squarespace will automatically do this in the back end of your analytics, so that is something I would use and take advantage of. You can also look within your Google Business Suite if you have that set up connected to your website, which is great if you are one of those websites that may be on WordPress, and see what keywords are populating in that sense. Just overall, if you don't want to think of it from a blog perspective, then I would just think of it as your website as a whole and what you are. So me being a graphic designer, I would search graphic designer and see what other keywords come along that. A lot of times you'll see things like graphic designer near me or graphic designer that specializes in brand design, things like that. And those would be aspects that you'd want to put on your website and just fill it throughout. You do want to be mindful that your keywords are not overwhelming, and you want to always write first for humans and then second for keywords and for the search engine. So basically, when it comes to SEO, just be thinking about them throughout your website. If you are a business that is special with a location like a restaurant, then you definitely want to work in all those different keywords around your location and have that in as much as you can. So for where I live in Minneapolis, I would do things like Minneapolis, I would do St. Paul, I would do the Twin Cities, I would do the Twin Cities Metro and things like that, and just include it throughout titles of my website and metadata and in image alt tags and things like that, which we will cover in the sections to come. Optimizing your website means making it search engine friendly as much as possible, and you can do this through implementing those meta tags throughout your websites and making sure that each of your pages have meta descriptions. This is a great aspect on Squarespace where you can do it right in editing the page of yours. You also want to make sure there are appropriate SEO titles, and you want to make sure you have those image alt tags set up. So whatever website platform you use, you can always go in, edit the image, and add those in, which just overall helps to provide a full sense of your website and just overall has it have a complete look from Google's perspective. There's so much that can be done when it comes to optimizing your website. I feel like it's an evergreen term, which can be used in a lot of different senses, and it's something that I'm continuing to learn about. But so far, those are the main ways that I focus on. I do want to mention also here that when you're inputting your images, to have it at an appropriate size, and this could be custom per your website, but I would just do a quick Google search on what is the best size for uploading images to your website, because you don't want to have these giant image sizes being held on your site, making it run slowly, and Google will not like that, your visitors will not like that, and so overall that will not allow your website that is beautiful to be shown to its full perspective. This is, of course, something that you want to do whether you're thinking about SEO or not, but having that high quality content and a purpose behind what you are doing, what you're speaking for on every single angle will only continue to help with your SEO. So this is a great aspect where you want to interlay your keywords and get more specific with your content and create a space of what people are searching for and what people need to learn about, or what they want to have as a service and things like that. It's just basically thinking about that aspect that sets you apart as a business and why someone would want to hire you. So again, you'd want to make your website stand out in this sense as well. Your content should always be relevant, engaging, and informative. So I would just think of those three aspects as you are continuing to fill out your content throughout your website and making sure you're hitting those target elements. Building backlinks is when you have another website that is not your own, it's someone else's, that links to your website. So a great way to do this obviously is just your social media platforms. So if you are posting on Pinterest, your different blog sources, or just images from your website if you aren't as active on your blog, and linking it to your website. It could be on Instagram, having that link as well. But overall, it's mostly having another credible source that can reference you. One way to do this is to reach out to other areas in your industry or other areas that may support you in your industry. So for example, me being a graphic designer, I may reach out to a copywriter and see if maybe I could do a guest blog post for their website. That way it links back to me, and do a trade where maybe they want to write a blog post on mine, and vice versa, to get more links to your website and add to the credibility. Google will then see that you are a legit, true website and true business, and something that people are going to be clicking through to and referencing. So that's a great way to do it. If you are a local business, getting onto your Chamber of Commerce website is really great, and that's one way to get that backlink. I've also benefited from being in a few publications. This has been through this company called Voyage, that they reached out and they wanted to do a piece on me, which was all digital and online, and that was an aspect that was able to backlink to my website, which was awesome to be a part of. So as long as you can look for opportunities in that sense, it's really great to get your foot in the door in that aspect and make sure you're just thinking about backlinking and seeing how you can make that possible for your website. Lastly, when you are doing all this work with your SEO, the last thing you want to do is forget about it and not learn from it. SEO is an evolving aspect, and it's something that you'll want to continue to monitor. I did earlier reference Google Analytics. I would definitely make sure your website is set up through that, and that way you can go ahead and learn about all of the different insights on your website and continue to build upon keywords that are relevant for you. You can also monitor it on Squarespace. Squarespace has a great analytics platform that you can reference again and use moving forward to make sure you are targeting the right keywords and targeting the right audience and making sure that your voice is getting across. Overall, you do need to remember to be patient. SEO is a long-term tool. It's not something that you can just check off and see working right away. It's something that you will continue to focus on and use. It's also a term that I feel like seems very daunting, but as you get more experience with SEO and start to implement these aspects, it becomes easier and easier to think about it from your own point of view. I did mention earlier that I would be sharing some resources. So earlier I mentioned Uber Suggest for keywords. I would definitely use that when you're looking for your keywords. I also learned a lot from this Instagram called Duo Collective. They have a great podcast that's called Duo on the Air that talks all about SEO, and they also talk a lot about business, but they are SEO focused, and I've learned a lot from them. They have some great resources on their website that I would recommend. And then just keep your eye out on Instagram for other creators that are focused on SEO. So there are a few that I'll try to link down below as I think about them, but the one that I've learned the most from has been Duo Collective for sure. That's a wrap on this video. I hope it helped you. Go ahead, put these elements into practice. Let me know what you think. I can do a full-on walkthrough video if that's something you guys are interested in seeing me actually incorporate these SEO aspects on a website. Otherwise, I will see you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching, and see you soon.